class. So today we're going to talk about your reading about Jijiagu, China, and about national parks. So first I want you to all get in groups of 3 to 4, just with the people sitting near you, and we're going to have a discussion. And so we're going to be using the discussion questions on page 65, part G. And so I want one person from your group to take notes when you discuss these questions. And if you finish, then I'll describe what you want to do next. But first, I'm going to read the questions for you. So the first one is about national parks and if they're common in your country. So national parks are rare in some countries and common in others, which is true in your country. So some of you might come from countries that have a lot of national parks, some of you may not. And so I want you to compare your experiences with that. The second question is, Jijiagu has no lack of tourists. What do you think is the greater benefit of this tourism? The money spent by tourists, or the love and the respect for nature tourists feel when they visit the parks? So just, what do you think is better? Is it the money that tourists spend, or do you think it's the way that nature makes tourists feel? So I want you to think about that and discuss it with the people in your group. The third question is, the beautiful mountains and lakes in Jijiagu took millions of years to form. How long do you think it would take for human beings to have a major effect on them? So again, discuss this with your group and, just think about how humans are affecting these places that they're visiting in national parks. And then the fourth question is, worldwide there is a limited amount of money and resources for the protection of rare animals such as panda bears. How should people decide which species are worth protecting? So for this question, think about which species are most important and how humans might go about deciding that. Maybe all species are equal. Think about stuff like that. So that's task A. Some of you, it might take you the whole time, and that's okay. However, if you find that you're going through these really quickly, you and your group are, then there are some other tasks for you to do. So the second task, after you have completed the first task, is to, in 2 columns on your paper, the handout I'll give you, I want you to list the positives and negatives of tourism in national parks. And so when you list a positive or a negative, I want you to write a justification. So explain why you chose it as a positive or a negative. And these could be short, but just make them as long as you can. Just try to make them, explain why you listed that as a positive or a negative. And so I want you to make these maybe individually, but if you need help, you can ask your neighbor. And then after you finish making your list, I want you to share it with your group. And so if you get done with that, and you and your group or individually you want to move on, then what I want you to do is think back to the favorite national park of yours that you have been to. And if you haven't been to a national park, that's okay. Just think of somewhere outside in nature you've been, so like a lake or a river or anywhere. And I want you to write a short story, so like a paragraph, 2 paragraphs if you can, about the national park. And you can make your people and your events in this story, so the things that happen can be made up, they can be fiction, but I want the national park or the place that you visited to be accurate. So I want you to describe things like where the park was, what did it look like, other people that might have been there, if there are animals. So just use as many descriptive words as you can think of to describe this place. And again, I want this to be individual, but I really encourage you to work with your neighbors if you need, ideas or you need help with a word. And so then once you're done with that, then it's time to move on.